So this was sent to me by a nephew. Conversation I had with my friend the night he went missing. No sleep. Now this is like 7 years old. I've seen some Unit 522 before, but not a whole lot. So, getting into the spooky season for Halloween. Let's do it. We're going to break this video down into 9 videos. I'm kidding.
To preference this, my friend and I were both at a party a few weekends ago. We live in an off-campus apartment, and the party was at a frat house in some back neighborhood a few miles away. Between our apartment and the frat house is a wooded park area with a street cutting through it, where a lot of strange shit seems to happen. Animals were gutted with no signs of blood anywhere, as if they were drained completely dry. Loud screams can be heard coming from the more wooded parts late at night. Stuff like that. Everyone just chalks it up to college kids getting into some mischief. But I think we're all starting to question what's actually happening back there now. The following conversation occurs between 1:12 a.m. and 3:34 a.m. on Saturday, July 19th, 2014, between me and my friend Jake, who is still missing. The text messages will be transcribed exactly as they're typed on my phone. 1:12 a.m.
Hey man, you head back already?
1:14 a.m. Yeah, dude, I really wasn't feeling too great. Beer before liquor, you know. 1:18 a.m.
I feel you, dude. Alright, man. Well, I'll head back soon, but I'm chilling with Dylan. He and I are up next for beer pong.
1:19 a.m. Have fun, dude. 1:46 a.m.
Dude, did you already know Becky is dating someone else? She's here with her new boyfriend.
1:51 a.m. Nah, man, that blows. You doing alright? 1:54 a.m.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna head back soon.
2:01 a.m. Understandable, dude. 2:03 a.m.
What a fucking bitch.
2:06 a.m. Don't be too upset. You guys only dated for like a month, right? 2:06 a.m.
Yeah, but still, whatever.
2:07 a.m. Alright, man. I'm heading to bed. I'll be heading home tomorrow to help my dad clean out the garage. Lock the door this time when you get in. 2:10 a.m.
Haha, sure thing, dude. I got you.
3:01 a.m.
Dude, this path is creepy as fuck at night. Can I call you?
Between 3:03 a.m. and 3:04 a.m., I had 3 missed calls. 3:05 a.m.
Seriously, dude. If you wake up, call me. This path is fucked up. I think I heard a scream.
3:09 a.m.
I think I see another group of students behind me. I might wait for them to catch up or something. Please, wake up, dude.
3:12 a.m.
Those aren't fucking students.
3:15 a.m.
Dude, I need you to wake up, please. You need to see this. It's fucking weird.
3:21 a.m.
They're like hanging back the same distance no matter how fast I move.
3:24 a.m.
I'm getting goosebumps.
Picture message. 3:28.
Looks like I'm seeing something here, here, and here. Is this a car? No. Is this a car? No, it's not a car. That's a bridge. Is that what that is? That looks like a bridge. So, okay, there's a walking thing. So is there a trail off of here? So did he get off the trail? Because this looks like a road. Unless it's a big walking trail. I don't know. It's getting creepy though if you're being followed.
a.m.
Dude, please fucking wake up.
Between 3:28 a.m. and 3:30 a.m., I had 5 missed calls. 3:31 a.m.,
I'm calling the cops.
3:34 a.m.
They're gone. I don't know where they went.
I wish I would have stayed awake.
I hate to say this, but if I'm walking and I feel like there's something behind me and I see what looks like people, I'm gonna walk as fast. I walk fast anyways, but I'm gonna start walking faster. And as soon as I even start to round a corner or anything like that, or go down, I'm running. If I feel like, get that fight or flight, and you're not going to fight, because if you're being followed by 1, 2, 3, 4 people, man, just go.
Update.
That was creepy. I just want to say this. I had a conversation once, and I think I've talked about it. Everyone says, if you're attacked, not attacked, but, if you're in a situation where you could be attacked, there's always you're going to be attacked by somebody who has nothing to lose, and that's a scary thing. And I've said this before, I disagree with that. If you're being, somebody breaks into your house or whatever, and there's somebody with nothing to lose, why they're there. They're down on their luck. They don't have any money, and they're turning to violence. They're in a desperate situation. You can negotiate with that person. Now, granted, they're going to want all your money. They're going to want all this. They're going to want all that. But I feel like you can negotiate with that person, because that person has nothing to lose. But there's a video of a man in his backyard, and he's by a grill, and somebody comes. He has a gun, and he's pointing his gun at somebody, and they're pointing a gun at him, and this person's like, "Give me your money. I need this, that." And the other guy's like, "It's not gonna happen, man. But I tell you what, if you put that gun down, I'll put my gun down. You come in the house, and we can talk. We can get things." That's somebody with nothing to lose, because they have nothing. So, they figure, I'm either going to get what I need to get me by for right now, or I'm going to die. I don't fear that person, because you can negotiate with that person. That person is thinking irrational at that point, but we all have been to that situation. Not to the point where you rob somebody, but we've all been to that point where you're just like, I don't know what to do next, and your options are illegal. I fear the person who has everything to lose, because that to me is the man who's married, has a great marriage, 1, 2, 3 kids, nice car, nice job, nice home, who just feels like, I want to break into a house tonight in the middle of the night, and I just want to kill somebody. I just want to see how it feels. That person can't be negotiated with, because they're coming from everything that's good, and they're putting themselves in a situation where they're going to do something. They know it. They cannot risk now being seen and negotiating out of it. I didn't mean anything, because you're going to call the cops. So they have to finish that job. That's the person that I fear, because there's no negotiating with them. They've walked into a room where you are and they are, and they're only going to leave that room either in a body bag or with you dead. That's a thrill killer in a way. Okay, update.
I wasn't planning on updating this. Rather, I figured the case was cold and there would be nothing to update. I was wrong. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to feel about it. I ended up moving back home because I was pretty shaken up, and I got permission from the school to take the semester off with no penalty. My parents' house is about 2.5 hours from the school, so it wasn't too much of a trip to get back home, but it's still a pain in the ass to get from the school to home or vice versa. I started to see a therapist and talk about some stuff that's been keeping me up at night. Most of the time, I just keep thinking about how easily it could have been me if I hadn't gotten sick on alcohol earlier in the night. Embarrassingly, I've been sleeping with the lights on and the closet door closed ever since I got back home. 3 days ago, I got a call from the police station that was conducting the investigation on Jake's disappearance. The detective said that they had retrieved Jake's cell phone from the woods near the trail that he was walking back on, and they wanted me to come in to ask some questions about the content on the device. I would do anything to help this investigation, figuring that there was a small possibility that they would actually find Jake alive somewhere. I told the detective that I would be there and headed back out to the police station near the school. When I walked into the office, I saw the detective sitting on the other end of the long wooden table with a ridiculously large mug of steaming hot coffee. I greeted the detective with a nod, and he told me to sit on the opposite end of the table. In the center of the table was a plastic baggie with Jake's phone inside. "We retrieved this mobile device from last night's sweep of the area. The SIM card matches up with the card that is on Jake's family's mobile plan, so we're certain that this is the device he used to send you those text messages back before he went missing. Do you recognize this phone?" "Yeah, this is his," I replied, my eyes fixated on the phone. "Thank you," he said, setting down his coffee to make a note on the pad of paper that sat in front of him. "Have you been in contact with anyone who claims that they've made contact with Jake since July 19th? I shook my head. He nodded and added another note on the pad of paper. "Have you made any attempts to contact Jake since July 19th? "Yeah, I've sent him multiple Facebook messages and I've tried texting him many times. The few days after he went missing, I called his phone at least a dozen times. Eventually the calls went straight to voicemail, and I'm assuming his battery had gone dead." The detective rubbed his brow with his index finger and thumb and wrote another note down. "The reason we're asking you these questions is because there have been some odd discoveries made about your friend's phone," he said in a very serious tone. "Like what?" "To start off, there were a few pictures that were found in his phone gallery at various times after July 19th. The dates of the pictures were July 22nd, July 30th, July 31st, August 14th, and August 22nd, all at 1:15 a.m. on each day. After going through the data, each picture seems to have been taken around the exact location that Jake went missing, meaning your friend, or the perpetrator, or both, could still be there. We have had some reports of sightings of a person wandering around the woods at night from some of the local residents, but no more disappearances have occurred. Also, when we found your friend's phone, it was turned on with fully charged battery. This leads us to believe that the phone was only dropped there a few hours before we found it, at most." I sat there in disbelief for a little while, with chills running down my spine. Was Jake still alive? Was the person who abducted him trying to mess with me? What did these pictures mean? "Before you leave, I want to tell you to be careful and to call 911 if anything suspicious happens." "Why? Am I in danger?" "I don't want to worry you too much, but every day between July 20th and August 24th, there has been one outgoing call to your number from Jake's phone at 3:34 a.m.
Okay, I just got nothing but goosebumps. Yep, I can feel them up into my shoulder and in up here. All right, that's creepy.
I never received any of those calls. Here is
So he had the phone calls, but he never received the calls, he said. Here is the
first picture.
Oh, we got to see the pictures?
The second picture.
I see a little bit of light.
The third picture.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm going to go... Come on, stupid mouse. I want to go back to the first picture, pause it, and then take a look and see if I see anything. Because I was trying to look. I got this light up here, and it's really... I can see my reflection through the video, so sometimes it makes it difficult. Sorry.
Here is the first picture.
Okay, so I just see a black screen. Tell me what you see. Do you see just a black screen?
The second picture.
Okay, black screen, and I see a little bit of light down here. That's all I'm seeing.
The third picture.
What the hell? Okay. So dark and through here, and then I see a streak of, I'll say light, because I don't know what that is. But everything else is black. Okay.
The fourth picture.
Okay. Is there a finger over the camera? Because it's lighting up like it's starting to turn flesh colored up here, but it's still dark down there. By any chance, do you think the camera is going off in someone's pocket? Why did I just glitch? Am I dying because of this video?
And here is the fifth picture.
Okay. That's an eyeball. Okay, so I'm seeing a reflection there, but I'm seeing that's the, whatever the hell it is. I almost said pupil. This looks like the white of an eye, and this looks like flesh. Give me a second. But see, this right here looks like teeth. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know. It looks like an eye, like a close-up picture of an eye, but I can't tell.
I don't know what to make of these. The first four seem to be nothing, and the fifth looks like an eye. I'm
Okay.
so fucking pissed. Whoever took Jake is toying around with me and the investigators.
Maybe it's a serial killer.
Update.
Jesus Christ, dude.
This is going to be the last post I make about Jake. As far as I know, they gave up on the search, or at least they're done investigating. His family is moving on, and so are most of us. Hell, for the past 3 months of my life, it's been more or less normal.
After 3 months, they gave up. I mean, I'm sorry to say this, but I don't believe that. Why would they give up after 3 months? I have a hard time believing that.
Up until a week ago. I still don't know what compelled me to do it, but on the weekend that preceded spring break, I decided to check out the path that Jake disappeared on for some closure. The woods were still bare from the winter, and nothing had begun to bloom yet, so I figured it would be my last chance, seeing as I'm never coming back to this school after graduation in May. I went back to the spot where the cops found his phone and looked around. Unfortunately, nothing really stood out to me. South was the direction of campus, which was a mile or a mile and a half away. If you took the path towards the west, you would eventually get to the street that I used to live off of. East, you would get to another road where some student housing is, but it's a bit further away. North would take you into the heart of the woods, where all the weird shit seems to happen. Over the past few months, the path had become derelict. It was made of asphalt, and because the winter was pretty harsh, more cracks and potholes had formed. It didn't really matter though. Ever since Jake disappeared, very few people had used the path. Walking north into the woods, everything seemed normal. Maybe about a quarter mile in, I start to see stuff like this. I wonder how long that sign has been there.
Okay, that's a common thing. No trespassing. I get that. Some people, I mean, that's common around here. Some people put it up there just because they don't want people wandering through their property. Other people put it up there because they don't want people to dump, and because you get some people that are really great and they don't like to throw things away. So what they do is they drive into somebody else's wooded property and then just dump garbage, because that's not a dick move.
Even farther north, there's a small stream, probably drained from all the stupid amounts of snow we got just weeks before. I turned west for a little while, since I needed to cross the stream, but it was a little steep to do so, plus it was muddy as hell. This is where I headed north again, and this is the most shallow part of the stream. Old pipes. I just sort of came across these in the stream. There were several of them, but nothing really of interest about them. A quarter mile past the stream is when I started to find some less than usual stuff. An old birdhouse. A small clearing with another birdhouse on the mid-left-hand side. Possibly an old tree stand. I can't really tell, but it doesn't look like it's super old. A hole that's pretty fresh. It smelled a little weird around here. Another weird birdhouse. There were probably 3 or 4 of these. They all looked pretty rotten and were spaced out in the middle of nowhere. A dumping ground. This part weirded me out a good bit. This was maybe another third of the mile north of the birdhouses. There was a lot of brick and wood, and also some old tools. Impossible to tell how long it's been there. Another tree stand with some rope. I guess this used to be a hunting area. I have no idea what the rope is for. Here's more rope. Some flowers. The only thing that seemed to be in bloom. I thought they looked pretty cool. Some more trash. Seems like it has no real purpose. An old house or garage. It looks like there were some tire tracks for a truck or ATV in this little area. But the house looks empty from here. The windows are busted out, and everything looks like it's falling apart from neglect. This looks like a cross. No, that's not creepy at all.
If the house is abandoned, that could have just been a pet. They just buried and put a cross. I see that a lot, so that's not anything new. I don't really deem that. It's creepy in terms of this video, but it's not if you do that for your pet.
A birdhouse. That's about 12 feet off the ground.
It's up there.
Shit is starting to get weird near the house. Look back at the rope and the tire marks. I'm on a hill now. The woods are getting thicker. Closer to the house now, and of course, there's another fucking birdhouse. The garage and the shed seem to be in horrible condition, but the house looks totally fine. It doesn't show up in the listings of this neighborhood, but I can tell it's professionally built. Sliding is in good condition, but the top window is broken out. Seems like no one lives here. This is the closest I got. I'm a little creeped out at this point, so this is as far as I go. Plus, the sun is setting really fast. This is all maybe 2 miles from the path. It took quite a while to get there though. Shit got really thick, and there are some steep hills in the woods that are caked in mud. I apologize. I thought there might be more to it, but it seems like this is just one of those cases that will never be solved. As for Jake, I hope he's at rest. He'll always be my best friend, and I will always remember him.
What? Yeah, I don't see it. Are they saying this is the head? And this is like the shoulder, like it's peeking around like that? I don't see it. No. I don't see it. But I know that, is it pareidolia? No, pareidolia I think is the, when you look at something and you start seeing faces, like right here I see a face. I see eyes, eye, nose, and then this right here is like a big old grin. But I know it's not real. Here's a mouth, little nose, two eyes, eye, slanted mouth. Yeah, so pareidolia is when you just your brain starts picking up faces, and it's just a way to protect you so that you don't get ambushed by prey by a predator or something like that. But I'm not seeing what he's saying. You know what I'm seeing here though? It looks like a goose or something like that, and there's a wing, there's a leg, and like the other wing right there. But my brain's interpreting that. Yeah, I didn't see anything though. So this was, I don't know if it's real in terms of actually real or just story real. But yeah, that's uncomfortable. Kind of creepy. Okay, so this is a Halloween video. No one requested it. Well, my nephew said I might like it, so here it is. There's a thanks button. You can donate to the channel. You don't have to. If you do donate, you can request videos. They move to the top of the list. You don't have to. Simple thanks, and I say thank you. You can subscribe to the channel. It's free. It helps out. You can give a thumbs up. That helps out tremendously. If you want to give a thumbs down, you can. There's this new procedure they're doing. It's called sticking a funnel in your butt and then pouring in ticks and fleas and then stitching your butthole up. It's supposed to be really good for people who don't deserve to continue to live. So, until next time, have a good day, have a good night.